Hi, welcome to my channel. In this, my first video, I'm going to look back at the title reign of the former Wonder of Stardom champion, Arisa Hoshiki. Arisa made her debut in wrestling at the age of 16. She fought fellow debutant Mayu Iwatani at Stardom's first ever show in January 2011. Winning the match with her finisher, the Brazilian kick. Fighting mostly in the lower card, in her first year she was a losing finalist against Yoshiko in the Rookie of the Year competition, and formed a tag team with her opponent from her first match, Mayu Iwatani. A year after her debut, however, she left wrestling for the first time, focusing on her schoolwork and competing as a shoot boxer, a form of legit combat sport combining wrestling and kickboxing. To most of the world, it would seem like Arisa's story in wrestling was over as soon as it begun. A talented rookie, but one with a short and unmemorable one-year career. After defeating Otami Hayashishita in the final of the 2018 5-Star Grand Prix, Mayu, Arisa's old tag partner, would reintroduce her to Stardom and the wrestling world. Her first match back was a tag match with Mayu against Azumi and Konami of the stable Queen's Quest. Early on in the match, Konami and Arisa traded kicks. Konami, a noted striker herself, testing Arisa after her Queen's Quest stablemate Momo Watanabe and Arisa both claimed that each other's kicks were fake. Konami, getting the best of the early exchanges, tagged in Azumi, who continued with strikes and submission moves to weaken Arisa's legs, with the aim of removing her kicks from her arsenal. Before finally, Arisa is able to get in a kick of her own to get free for the tag to Mayu. She was showing understandable ring rust in her first match back, at one point trying to make a tag with Mayu whilst on the wrong side of the ropes. But despite the continued targeted attacks by Queen's Quest, she would come into her own in the match, getting the pin over Azumi after a Brazilian kick that came with gasps from the crowd. After the match, Arisa asked to join the stable Mayu was a leader of, Stars. Much to the annoyance of fellow Stars member Tam Nakano, a story we'll pick up later. For the next 5 months, Arisa eased herself back into life as a wrestler, teaming with her new Stars stablemates, including her reluctant teammate Tam, in tag matches. During this time, she was working as a part-timer in the company, whilst also performing with her band UDN. Whilst her performances weren't bad by any means, she wasn't one of the top workers in the company, with her schedule meaning she wasn't at as many events as most of the other wrestlers. Some fans at the time questioned if her heart was fully in wrestling, or if her band was her priority. All this would change, however, at the 2019 Cinderella tournament, a 16-woman singles elimination tournament that occurs all in one day at Kurikan Hall. Before the tournament, Arisa had only competed in one singles match since her return to Stardom, a quick victory over fellow Stars member Starlight Kid. An injury to Mayu left a place open in the tournament, allowing Arisa entry which she may not have been granted otherwise. Arisa shone in the tournament, defeating Saki Kashima in the first round, receiving a bye in the quarter-finals due to a time limit draw elsewhere, and defeating Natsuko Tora after a closely fought match in the semi-finals. The final was set between Arisa and Konami, one of her opponents in her first match back 5 months earlier. This match again started with the strikers exchanging tough kicks. Arisa seemingly a match for Konami now in this department after her 5 months back, before a swift kick from Konami lets her retake control. Much like in her first match back, Arisa will have to contend with Konami trying to take away the most powerful part of Arisa's offense. Arisa fights back, first with a dropkick when she was seemingly out on her feet, then followed up with more and more aggressive strikes that lead to a near fall. The attack continues with knee strikes and another pin. Konami weakly forcing her arm up, the fatigue from multiple matches earlier in the day showing in both wrestlers. Konami reclaims momentum when she catches a weak kick from a tired Arisa and continues working on Hoshiki's legs. She tries a fisherman suplex, but Arisa has enough energy to kick out. After a back and forth and a failed first attempt, Arisa connects with her first clean strike to the head to Konami. Following this up with a power slam, Arisa climbs up to the top rope, aiming for one final blow, but Konami is soon up, and she starts working on Arisa's legs. Following it up with a superplex and a pin. Hoshiki gets her arm up, but Konami is back twisting her leg. Arisa, in agony, gets to the ropes, forcing her to break the hold. Finding a burst of energy, Arisa escapes Konami, ducks her kick attempt, and follows up with another power slam. This time she would get to the top rope unabated, and finally hits the move, a rotating splash she had won her 2 earlier matches with. But Konami still gets her shoulder up, much to Arisa's surprise. An exhausted Arisa drops to the mat, attempting a kick, and then misses her Brazilian kick completely. Konami gets an arm submission in this time, but Arisa is again able to get the rope break. Hoshiki breaks out of the second attempt, composing herself before a devastating bicycle knee, followed by another. The crowd in shock. A third power slam. Arisa is again up to the top rope, another dive. But Konami kicks out. Now it's Arisa's time to be shocked. Standing Konami up, Arisa knows this is her chance. Setting herself up with kicking jabs, she finally hits the Brazilian kick, and Konami's out like a light. Arisa has won the tournament. As winner of the tournament, Hoshiki is presented with the Cinderella dress by the 2017 winner Toni Storm. In her speech after the presentation, she announces that she is going to wrestle full-time for Stardom. The winner of the tournament is traditionally allowed a wish, and Arisa calls out Momo Watanabe. Momo, the white belt champion, enters the ring. She became the champion by using her wish to challenge for the title when she won the Cinderella tournament the year before. Momo cuts to the chase. Arisa wants her title, thinks her kicks are fake, and Momo looks forward to the match. Arisa's upcoming match against Momo wouldn't be her first time challenging for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. She had previously challenged for the title 7 years before on the 23rd of December against Yuzuki Ikawa, coming just after her strong showing in the Rookie of the Year tournament. Yuzuki, being the first Wonder of Stardom champion and considered by many as the first Ace of Stardom, was a tough challenge for Hoshiki. Arisa losing to a Shining Wizard, despite her reasonably strong challenge against the Ace for someone as young as 16. Again, Arisa would be challenging for the white belt after a strong tournament showing, and again she would be facing a woman considered the ace of the company. 18-year-old Momo considered to have taken the mantle of ace after defeating Io Shirai for the Wonder of Stardom title the year before. It was a case of history repeating itself in the build-up, but would the result be the same? In a sign of what would happen throughout the contest, Arisa earnestly goes to shake Momo's hand like any good babyface would, but is rebuffed by the more tweener Momo Watanabe. The match starts with the pair feeling each other out with kick attempts before Momo grabs a missed kick and takes control. There are a couple of moments where Arisa almost wrestles her way out, but Momo is the more experienced grappler here, and starts off dominantly. Arisa, though, like the good babyface she is, doesn't give up. Next, exchanging front chanceries with Watanabe until again she is out-wrestled. Time and again this happens in the early going of the match. Feeling she has asserted her mat dominance, Momo then focuses on her kicks. More specifically, proving to Arisa how fake her kicks aren't. It's here we get the first pin attempt. Momo, again, shows her greater experience over Arisa, this time by reading how Arisa will try and stop the onslaught with a surprise dropkick, much like she did in her match earlier against Konami. Again, Arisa tries to strike back and is countered more aggressively by Momo, like she has all match, shown perfectly by reversing each other's Irish whip attempts, until Momo again comes out on top. Rolling to the outside to compose herself, it is here where Arisa has her first clear offensive move, about 6 minutes into the match, when she power slams Momo onto the mats outside. She doesn't continue the attack there, however, again the babyface rolling Momo into the ring. Then the double knee strike and her first pin, but Momo wriggles out. She gets in 2 kicks, one from the top for $13.99 and another pin. Arisa is taking control of the match. A second power slam. She's up to the top rope, surely going for the Adamus splash she used in her previous matches. Much like the dropkick earlier, however, Momo is prepared and climbs the ropes, where they exchange forearms. Before a superplex has them both on the mat. They recover and start exchanging kicks. Until Momo, taking a leaf out of Arisa's book, does her own double knee strike and then pin. Then 2 more double knees, this time from the top rope. And Arisa forces her shoulder up. Not giving her chance to breathe, Momo locks in a chicken wing. Straight jacket German suplex, bridging to pin. Frustrated, Momo goes for her finisher, the Peach Sunrise. Arisa reverses. Kick out. Arisa catches Momo. Power slam again. Adamus splash hits this time. Kick out. Both women are exhausted at this point. Arisa goes for her Hail Mary, the Brazilian kick. Ducked. Suplex again. Kick out. Momo wants to finish it. Peach Sunrise. Arisa just gets to the ropes. Momo is really frustrated now. Arisa won't give up. Knee strike. And again. Brazilian kick. Momo is still standing. And again. Arisa's won. Arisa is presented with the belt by Stardom booker Rossy Ogawa. After the match, Hoshiki again goes to shake hands with Momo, and while she rejects it, this time Momo bows. They have won each other's respect. The winner of the main event always closes the show with their stable, but this time Arisa asks for all of Stardom to join her in the ring. Before anyone else can get there, a new challenger enters the ring, Hazuki from Oedo Tai. Arisa and Hazuki have to be pulled apart, and Arisa's Stars teammate Tam has to be physically forced into the ring to celebrate. While I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this series on Arisa Hoshiki's Wonder of Stardom title reign, in the upcoming part 2 we'll be looking at Arisa's first title defense against Tam Nakano. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.